Hi, my name is VONZEL and I'm with VONZEL Associates, and this is my fifth video I'm making about how churches can work with their communities. When we talked last time, we talked about statistics, and we talked about demographics and looking up that information. And very important because you have to understand what's happening in your area and what has been the recent past, and maybe even going back and comparing the former past with that. But today we really want to get into such things as plans for your area, plans for the city. Okay, it's important that you contact the mayor's office, the county office, and determine what type of plans they have for the area. We're talking about plans for housing, we're talking about plans for businesses, we're talking about labor plans, we're talking about plans for schools, we're talking about all types of plans, even down to water, even down to resources, even down to events that will occur. Many times in the mayor's office, in the county office, and in different businesses that are the largest employers, you can get from them what we call the plan for your area to understand what's going on, what's happening in the schools, what's happening in the colleges. Why is this important? Well, we had talked about the demographics before and statistics, but unless you understand where the institutions, where your policies and the politicians are going in the future, you don't seem to be able to marry the past, present, and with the future. And so you have to understand what's going on. Now, within this, also looking at the plans, you also need to look at what we call the true challenges of the area. What are the issues? You can talk to everyone from the politicians, of course, but you can also talk to newspapers and such things like that and try to understand what have been the prevailing problems in the area. Now, I know it sounds more like a business plan that we're talking, but it actually is. When we're talking about the business planning of salvation, the business planning of getting out the gospel, we need to understand what impacts the area. Let me give you an example. The scripture says in the Bible that Jesus went about doing good. Okay? Well, you can't do the good without knowing what the bad is or what the issues are. Okay? And he healed all who were oppressed of the devil. The question that we're asking here is, what's the oppression? And how do we go about looking at it so that we address it in the proper fashion? Okay, so we don't want, when you need a drill, that you're using a hammer. Okay, you want to use the appropriate thing, but unless you understand the actual issue or the challenge, it becomes very, very tough at praying, bringing about the right team, bringing about the right training and equipping, so therefore you can actually use ministry to truly serve the issues and actually bring salt and light to the world. So I want to make sure that we're very, very key. Again, I just want to go over this real quickly. In many cases, it is your politicians. And when you say when I say getting to the mayor and the mayor's office, I'm not talking about going to the mayor themselves, but they have an office. They have a group that's looked at issues. They have a group that looks at everything that's going to impact the city, the area that you're in, and that's important. And I want to get down to a more granular level. If you have within you a mile radius of where you're looking to perform the service of ministry, you want to look at the zip codes that you're in and understand how those plans will actually impact the zip codes and the people within those zip codes. Remember, we have all these things, but the most important thing to the Lord is people. Okay? He came to save and redeem those who are lost. So it is the impact to the lost that we're considering all these things. Well, I hope that something I've said to you has made a lot of sense. But we're talking about here about looking at the plans and looking at the challenges and the issues. Now, on my website, vsawyer.associates.com, you can go to a section called Ask VONZEL, where you can put your question to me, and if I can't answer it, I can certainly find someone who can. So I appreciate your time, and we'll be looking forward to talking about the very next action that you need to take, which will be a lot more interactive. Thank you for your time. God bless you, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Thank you.